Welcome to Module 3, Learning from Peasant Values and Knowledges. I will read the first section of that, which is titled Cooperative Labor and Mutual Aid as a Way of Life. And this whole section, the whole Module 3 really is grounded, especially the first and two parts in Muslim Bosniak peasant traditions. Tradition mandated cooperative labor and mutual aid within Bosniak peasant villages. Working the land together was not only easier, but considerably more enjoyable. Cooperative labor happened informally, usually as exchanges or as part of organized MOBA. And MOBA is just a Bosnian word to say cooperative work party. So like work bees. Formal and informal cooperation occurred freely without money exchange, sometimes without even the need to ask. Visiting a neighbor might mean helping to repair his roof if that's what was needed. This was not merely a social obligation, but a way of life based on mutuality and solidarity. Reciprocity and mutual aid not only strengthened relationship, but also fostered a sense of community care and co-belonging. Formal labor exchanges were as common as informal ones and tended to happen between households rather than between individuals. They included important events such as hay cutting, among others. In early May, when fields of grass had grown to 4 or 5 inches tall, girls were sent to pick up branches, stones, and other refuse that make scything difficult. Scything is hard work, so men and older boys work together in groups, and two households might have agreed to help one another, working on one field first and then another. Cooperative groups like this were usually comprised of family members, direct neighbors, and co-villagers. A failure to collaborate was a risk that might result in a loss of reciprocity, and then having to turn to wage laborers, which was really undesirable for peasants who existed in primarily moneyless economies. As hard as it may have been on the body, cutting hay was a largely positively anticipated event. Friends, relatives, and neighbors would gather together in a celebratory atmosphere of proximity, conversation, song, and food. Women cooked picnic meals and special dishes were prepared. People ate outside and indoors with great joviality. And because of the intensity and proximity of contact, hay cutting was also an important period of courtship. It was not uncommon for men to put down their tools and break into song, usually sevda, our traditional Bosnian folk music. Through food, camaraderie, and song, work and pleasure were combined in a context of formal labor exchanges. Bonds were strengthened, community enlivened, and love enacted between two flowering fields. Cooperative labor and mutual aid outside of hierarchical relationships of money exchange is necessary and urgent. In modern urban contexts where we are usually exploited workers and exploiting consumers, physically disconnected from our community circles and without any culturally embedded obligations to our neighbors, mutual aid is a way to reconnect with one another and build healthier, more resilient communities. Imagine a world in which workers own the mean of their production, sharing responsibilities, risks, decision-making, and the benefits of their labor. Cooperative labor enhances democratic work environments that promote collaboration, actually enhances joyful and willful productivity, helps build relationships, and uplifts local circles of abundance. Rather than hierarchical top-down models which create master-slave patterns, these horizontal ways of working together are grounded in traditions of mutuality and care that can help combat isolation, exploitation, and the disconnections of our modern cultures. Now that's a pleasant future worth cultivating, don't you think?